Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. So, today we are going to be talking about Washington State voting. So, the voting, we need to get to the voting. And we got a lot coming up today, and I wanted to tell y'all a little bit about that. Give me just 1 second. So some politician candidates don't get enough attention, nor do people make the right decisions when voting for people. And these candidates basically don't get enough attention. And I feel like when they sit up there and they're trying to put themselves out there, that they sometimes lack. And I wanted to go over all of their names. I wanted to go over all of their names. Um, I have time to do that while I'm at home. And some people don't make the right decisions when voting for people because they vote based on their criteria and such as, they may have a heightened criteria, but are they equipped to do the job, or are they just a puppet, is what I'm trying to fish out. So I wanted to talk about the present people who are in the 25 candidate list. Their names are as follows. So all of these people that I'm about to name, they are politician candidates, or they're probably already in a politician position. So I wanted to get started with that. So if you give me a second to pull it up. Okay, so we're going to fact check them. I'm going to use Grok. Hold up. Hold up. This is going to be so cool. Let me see if you can see this too. Hold on, you guys. We are going to use Grok. Okay, now I'm going to take y'all off to go find Grok. Hold on. Proprietary information. Grok is so cool. Okay, now let's put you back on. Okie doke. So we're on Grok, but first we're going to go to here, and we're going to go here first. Yeah, I was wondering why it was doing that for a second. Um, so go here. Okay, Vandana Slater. Okay. Vice chair, she makes a lot of money. Environment, energy, technology committee. That's pretty cool. Member health, long-term care, higher education, workforce development committees, co-chair. Wow. Science, innovation, technology caucus, 2021-24 Washington Student Association Legislator of the Year, former 48th LD State Representative, Bellevue Council Member. Okay. Wow. That is so cool. That is very cool. That shows that she works amongst committees on a regular with healthcare and long-term care. And that shows strength. That shows she can handle teams. And I'm very happy. So wow, doctor of pharmacy. Not just, yeah, they have to get their doctorates. That's 6 years of school from University of Washington, which was probably vigorous for her. Masters of Public Administration. That right there set the tone for me. That right there set the tone for me. Wow. Bachelor's of Science of Pharmacy. UBC. I don't know what college that is. I think it's Baltimore. No, Berkeley. I don't know. Um, Hope Link Board, Evans School Dean's Council. Wow. Ruckles Shaw's Center Advisory Board, Environmental Services Commission, Youth Link Board, Overlake Hospital Foundation Board, State Board Pharmacy, Pro-Choice Foundation Board, Lake Hills Urban Farm. Wow, that is amazing. She has an extensive history, and that's community service. As your state senator, I bring experience as a scientist, healthcare professional, mom, and proud military parent. Understood. To adjust local priorities amid federal uncertainty. I was like military parent, so she was a military, have military history. Amid federal uncertainty, I deliver funding for affordable housing, 405 transit, and local schools while rejecting new taxes on small businesses and healthcare. Yeah, I would do that too. Sorry it took me so long. I'm the only candidate in this race for the record fighting for shared values. Yeah, protecting reproductive rights. Yeah, rent stability for families. Yeah, I would want rent stability. Here, here we go. Hold on. Rent stability. How would she change something for rent stability when they already put in a bill to go up on the rent here in Washington State? Support for immigrants and workers. I support them too. It's no punchline to that. I sponsor legislation providing tools for public safety and behavior and health investments. I voted to expand career training, strengthen gun laws, address climate change, reduce medical debt, and ensure hospitals remain open. As a lead sponsor of My Health, My Data, wow, that is such a powerful word right there. My Health, My Data. One of the nation's strongest medical privacy laws and constitutional amendment protecting abortion rights. You know, there is no right answer to abortion rights. There's no right or wrong answer because who is one person that's supposedly be is human put rules in place to say, you know, you can't have an abortion when someone is telling them that they want an abortion because they've been raped or some XYZ, you know. So I understand what you're saying. There's no right or wrong answer. I understand. I'm a proven advocate for personal freedoms. I am data-driven problem solver representing the community diversity and innovative spirit. Yeah, you have to be a problem solver if you're a team on committees and stuff. You solve problems to de-escalate conversations and escalate conversations and divert conversations and stuff of that nature. Everyone deserves a chance to thrive. I'll keep fighting to make that possible. Endorsements. The 48th district. Okay. Okay. She has like a lot of drive. Okay. Who is the next person? Wait, we gotta ask Rock. Hold on. We need to figure out what's going on. Y'all thought I was gonna forget. Hold on. Okay. Anything that is not ethical with 48th district. I need to give you the state. Is this the same one? Let me see. Picture of her. Hold on. It may not be the same because I started typing in stuff. I don't want to. Hold on. Let me go. That. Hold on. It's harder than it looks. This is difficult for Brock. Where is my other? Okay, I got both string errors. Hold on. I gotta open up Google. And okay. Hold on. This is she. Let's use AI to cut to the chase. Anything unethical that did okay, so it let's see, public records. I'm not going to talk junk. By the way, I did not, and that's to the black people, and I'm not going to sit up there and disrespect her to the other people out there. I didn't come on here to do that and blast people. I came on here to just show the truth about people. Public records show she was one of several legislators named in an ethics complaint in 2022, which alleged the use of public resources for campaign purposes during press events. You know, a complaint. Who am I to say? Sometimes people can take things the wrong way and complain. So I don't know, whatever's on paper, um, like me, for instance, I complain, but it's like when I take things the wrong way, I don't allow that to get to me. I complain and I don't take it to heart. Public resources, sometimes they get people confused. Campaign purposes during press events. This was during campaign purposes at press events. I remember that I used to be like going, I don't know, like the campaign purposes during press events, I feel like it has something to do with campaigning and, you know, the public resources, you know, um, I don't know what that is. Defining public resources, I don't know what that is. I don't know what public resources is. They saying she's money laundering, you know? what what is it saying? I just want to know. I'm trying to not say, I'm trying to word it the right way without sounding biased. This complaint applied to all respondents during two case numbers, but the resolution or outcome of the specific complaint regarding her actions is not detailed in the snippets provided. See, she could have been an outsider, just like I said. The search results primarily highlight her legislative work, focusing on areas of health data privacy, particularly her sponsorship of the My Health Data Act, campus safety, and sexual assault survivors' rights. That is, I'm, I don't know, that's crazy. I know that's right. Environmental issues, including educational funding. She has not yet found been found guilty of any misconduct based on available public information. I mean, some people are going to complain. Some people are going to continue to complain and complain, and they're not going to realize that, some people don't deserve to be complained on. And I complain, I do, but sometimes I never look at every avenue. I'm not quantum. I never look at every avenue, you know. And that's how I feel, I never sit up there like with certain people. I'll sit up there and based on my heightened past, I'll sit up there and feel like maybe they're taking advantage of me. I just wanted to say that for a second. So let's go to the next one. Amy Walden. Let's read about her. Hold on. I'm going to read about her in a second. Mm, oh, she's a council member in my, well, duh, it ain't my city like that. Because if I say my city, that's like saying my city, But I'm saying my city in the sense is like you guys, my city, if you don't know where I'm from, my city, you know. Let's see, current representatives. Over 20 years experience as an owner and executive in our family businesses. That's all I want, to create a business I can give to my children, whether they like it or not. Just hand down a business. So, and if that's on them if they decide to sell it or not, you know, like something small. Bachelor's of Law, University of Queensland Law School. Wow. Just law all through this, and arts, you know, political science. Wow. University of Queensland again. Wow. I always work to make life better for people in my community, serving and volunteer in civic roles with organizations like Food Lifeline, Youth Eastside Services, Porchlight, and Studio East, and securing scholarships for students to attend Lake Washington Institute of Technology. So let's read that again. She volunteered in 4 places, and she secure scholarships for students to attend Lake Wash. That is so cool. That's what we need. More students, wherever, your neck of the woods, in school for technology. We all need to learn this. Technology is like a new Mac, a new Mac. As a cancer survivor, I will also make a priority to support services for families impacted by cancer. Wow, that's amazing, excellent, superb, supreme, like for cancer. Why can't we just build something where, this cancer stuff just artificial intelligence, nanobots, nanotechnology, where they go in and they just kill the cancer? When are we going to do that? When it all across the board, people live longer and can be able to tell the story of when one day some of us might leave to go to Mars. I'm running for state senate because this district deserves proven, accessible leadership. Someone who listens, shows up, and delivers real results. In Olympia, that's keywords: listen, shows up, and deliver real results. That's a powerful statement right there. In Olympia, I work to make more affordable and secure, make life more affordable and secure for East Side families. I passed legislation to remove medical debt from credit reports. Wow. Expand access to affordable housing. That's crazy. Support behavioral health and public safety. That's amazing. And defend, you support it, good. And you expand access to accessible affordable housing. Okay. And defend reproductive freedom. I agree. Like I said, there's no right or wrong answer. I don't just sponsor bills, I work to get them across the finish line. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm also a small business owning mom and cancer survivor. Wow. She has a story to tell. I wish I could interview her. I navigated broken systems myself and I bring empathy, fiscal responsibility practically to every policy conversation. I know what communities are facing because I lived it and led through it. This is a moment that demands urgency, accountability, and experience. The people you trust me, Democrats, labor unions, and small business owners. They've seen the work I've done and know I'll keep showing up for this district. I'd be honored to continue serving you as the next state senator. See, when they start talking these big words, I have to break it down and study them. That's how I do it. Anyway, hold on, you guys. Let's go here. Good, good. I'm glad that I'm glad that when she went on, that she was clear because it's in bold. It's like right there in bold, you know. Ethics complaint was filed against her, but she was cleared of any wrongdoing by the Washington State Legislative Ethics Board. Um, oh, she's a co-owner of a car dealership. By not advancing a bill related to car dealerships out of her committee. The concern was potential conflict of interest. The ethics board found no evidence that she benefited personally from the bill failure to move forward. True. Like I say, man, I'm not here to make them look bad. And I wasn't there when it happened. I'm not there. I can tell y'all, Boo Boo the Fool is actually a spirit that all of us carry. We've all said Boo Boo the Fool before. It's an invisible spirit. If Boo Boo the Fool was a fool, The concern was potential conflict of interest, but the ethics board found no evidence that she benefited personally from the bill's failure to move forward. The board noted the same bill had failed in previous sessions due to a lack of general interest. Not due to her actions or conflict of interest. Okay. Outside of this, there's no other findings of unethical practices or formal disciplinary actions against Amy Walden in the search. Okay, I don't need that. That's what, well, I'll read it. She has been criticized by some progressive groups for her voting record on specific issues such as housing. She's been criticized by some progressive groups for her voting record on specific issues such as housing affordability and tax bills. But these are political disagreements, not findings on unethical conduct. She kept her record straight and much respect to her. But the other lady, which is, if I can find her, Vandana Slater, you know, she did a lot. She did a lot of committees, you know. I prefer Bandana. Let me write that down. Bandana. Slater. Okay. And I'm gonna do these two and then I'm gonna stop. You know, I'm kind of glad that, you know, they're doing it this way. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah, sorry about that, you guys. Legislative district. Let's do these. One-year unexpired term king. Candidates submit their statements. The office of secretary. I don't want to say what happened, but something had happened, and that's why I started laughing and of embarrassment. Candidates submit their statements. The Office of Secretary of State does not make corrections or verify statements for truth or fact. Yep, all you do is copy and paste and put it in the plug it in the right place. State Representative Redmond, council member. Okay, previous experience, medical device consultant Fred Hutchison, cancer research, King County community engagement manager and coffee shop owner. That should be, I would have just because made it capitalized, even though obviously I know he spell checked this, but yeah. BS in bachelor's of science in neurobiology. That is exceptional. English minor, that's even more exceptional. University of Washington student body president, that is excellent. LWSD graduate. I don't know where that's at. License something. Or it's a let me look it up. I'm curious now. Lake Washington School District graduate. That's pretty cool. Man, who is good? They building technology. How is it going to be in 20 years from now? How is it going to be in 20 years from now? These students go to private schools, man. They not playing. They're the next Tesla, the next Elon Musk out there. Okay, hold up. Okay. Border Transportation Choices Coalition board member. That's pretty cool. Asian Pacific Islander Americans for Civic Empowerment, One Redmond Foundation, Healthcare Careers Ecosystem, Lawyers Helping Hungry Children. Hello. Um, Welcome to the show. Member of LWSD Career and Technical Education Committee, Eastside Fire and Rescue Corps, former Redmond Youth basketball coach. As your state representative, I am focused on delivering results, improving public safety, transportation, environmental protections while fighting for workers and small businesses. Let's read that again. Yeah, we need public safety. Improving transportation. How is it going to be in the next 20 years? Has Seattle planned for this? Hint, hint, I know y'all have. Y'all have technology. Y'all plan. Big people like Microsoft, Google, and Tesla is here. I just, I just want to go into a Tesla store and sit up there and drive it, just to drive it. Drive it on self-control, cruise control, self-cruise control, and everything. So, as Redmond Council City member and lifelong Eastsider, I understand local priorities, affordable housing, strong schools. Yes, we need strong schools for our kids in both poverty and here, all grades. I think they should go down a grade. I think what should happen is they should go to the 11th grade and then graduate. I really think so. I understand local priorities, affordable housing, strong schools, healthcare, and protecting our freedoms. I'm ready to continue serving our communities with integrity and a commitment to common sense solutions. Okay, let's look at the other guys. He's a Republican. Dennis Ellis. Let's look at him. Okay. The Boeing Company, senior procurement financial analyst, which means that you have to use predictive and descriptive analytics, credit analyst. You have to use advanced analytics, senior financial analyst, high risk portfolio management. That's pretty cool, man. That, for high risk accounts, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. People in high risk portfolio management, financial analysts. I have also gained considerable business experience in accounting, finance management, construction, manufacturing, business development, and consulting during my 34 years in Redmond. These skills will prove beneficial as your representative. Finally, I am also a proud U.S. Air Force veteran and sworn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. I remain committed to my oath. Gonza University, Bachelor's of Business Administration. Cool. That's cool. You had to do a paper and you had to take statistics. Seattle University, cool. Master of Science of Finance. Wow. Master of Science of Finance. That's all y'all did was analytics practically. But if that's what floats your boat, doing a bunch of analytics, then fine. It doesn't for me. Timberlake Church, 48th Legislative District, Republican chair. The current legislator proposed the same failed policies, ever increasing taxes, larger government, and excessive control. Yeah, larger government. Yeah, and excessive control. And he's fighting for this policy, more better policies. And he knows about finance. Um, and he's an Air Force veteran. We need a fresh conservative. Oh, you now. My phone went dead. I'm almost finished. We need fresh, yes, a fresh conservative perspective on the issues driving up the cost of living and deteriorating the quality of life in our communities. He has the analytics for cost of living, and if the cost of living can be stabilized, then the deteriorating the quality of life in our communities will go down. Now that was the hook right there that got me hooked. I will provide that. Overburdensome taxes raise the cost of food, gas, housing, and business operations, provide little benefit to the public, and drive industry out of the area. When elected, he said when arrogant. No, I'm just playing. I will commit my time to reducing taxes and fees, eliminating costly programs, and returning control to the people of Washington. Endorsed by the KCGOP and Legislative District 48 Republicans. That's my year of birth backwards. That's pretty cool. Dennis Ellis. So you guys, I'm about to get off of here, but yeah, though Vandana Slater and Dennis Ellis both have something to bring to the table. They both have something. And Dennis is a Republican, and I continue to look. And Vandana is a Democrat. I'm an independent. So it doesn't really, matter. If you can perform your job, if you can do your job and you can continue for success and maintain stability, then I'm all for voting for you guys, whether Democrat or Republican. Because these small time politicians have big goals and big dreams. But when you get up to big tech and big manufacturers and big banks, things change. So they've been on the scene 20, 30 years, and that's pretty cool. So, but take care, you guys. Seriously, I just had to talk about that, and I hope you enjoy. And I go out there and vote if you can. It ends at 8 p.m. Pacific. How about your neck of the woods? Take care. Be safe. Bye.
Never waste my time. You are I want.